Welcome back, everybody. I'm getting my videos a little bit out of order. I know I promised some shotgun videos, but I just got this Sig Sauer in stock. My local gun shop company got this in stock, and so I wanted to get it up there so you could take an unboxing video, so to speak, on this firearm. It's already been opened and checked by me and by my FFL handler, and so we know it's empty, just so you know. And I just wanted to take a quick look at some of the controversy on this gun. First of all, of course, it's a Sig Sauer P365. This is the SAS version, the Sig anti-snag version. A lot of people are saying no to this gun that have never seen it or handled it, and so I want to address some of those topics and some of the topics on the 365 too. Of course, the 365 had some firing pin problems in the beginning. Those have been corrected. If you were worried about that problem, they were breaking firing pins a little more often than they should due to some primer or drag, they were calling it. People were calling it. So, but let's take a quick look first of all at this gun. Those problems have been corrected, of course. In the case, comes with two 10-round magazines. One is extended and one is flush. There are 12-round and now 15-round magazines available, and I've got one of each of those on the way. The price on the 15-rounders will scare you, but I did find a source for them. $1 more. They had them on sale, $1 more than the regular 10-round or regular 12-rounders, rather, I should say. Right around that $33 mark. So they are out there and available. This is just the way it comes in the box. Like I said, it's been already safety checked, but we'll take a look here. Just bagged up, and of course, right away you can see a lot of differences between this gun and the regular P365. Basically the same size, but a couple of little differences. We'll get into those in a minute. Of course, this is the sightless version, or rather visible sightless. It's got the smooth top end on it, the top of the slide. But it does have the sights, has these Mepro light sights, I believe they're called, but they're machined right into the slide. As you can see, completely flush. Also has the controls have been sheared off and flushed up. The takedown lever has been turned into a you have to use a tool, case, rim, or a small screwdriver or a dime or something like that to turn that to get it down. And then the slide lock has been greatly reduced inside to the point where it's just barely sticks out, just enough for me to just use to engage it. To disengage it is virtually impossible to do, but I slingshot my slides irregardless. You can see absolutely no problem locking that slide back for me. We are an empty gun. All there is to it. And then to take it off, you know, I can't do it just by reaching up there. But a quick, with the magazine in, we can't do it. But with a quick slingshot, which is what I'm normally used to anyway. So next of all, what else do we have? We have a ported barrel. On top of that, you can see right here, these are not speed holes. It is an actual ported barrel. And there's our ports on the barrel. A little bit of controversy on them adding that to it, and I would agree with that. Your night vision is going to be affected by that if you fire that at night, but it's a trade-off because the recoil management, I would suspect, is going to be pretty good on this from what I've seen. I have not fired this gun. I haven't had a chance yet to get it out, but we'll do that. And the only really problem I have with the gun could be possibly accuracy. I've heard some accuracy problems because this is a non-adjustable sight, but it's not much different than a sight on another gun that might be machined right into the slide that's non-adjustable. Sometimes it can be drifted adjustable. But let's get into it. Let's first of all, the 365. I got a couple of guns for comparison here. This is another SIG. This is my P238. Now this is definitely a pocket gun, and what they've done is frankly amazing. We've taken a 10 round, 10 plus 1, so actually 11 round gun, and turned it into a pocket sized gun. This is only a 380, and it's a single stack. And well, let's just show some of the size comparisons. Of course, the single stack is going to be quite a bit narrow in the grip area. If we take into account the slide or the sights, you can see the height difference is almost identical when we put the sights equal. The gun itself, if we just line up the top of the slides, we end up with a little bit of size difference there. Sideways, with the beaver tail lined up, you can see we're maybe a 1/4 inch longer on the 365. So the interesting part is this is the holster for my 365. It's been wet molded for it, and it fits in there rather nicely. This is one of the holsters I use for it. But interestingly enough, this 10 round or 10 plus 1 slides right into that holster. So I've actually got another one of these on the way, designed for this gun. So it'll probably sit down in it a little bit further. The only other really close comparison I have in a firearm to show you size is my Walther PPS. And the Walther PPS is a single stack 7 round magazine. We'll go ahead and clear that little gun out, and we can immediately see the massive size difference from the PPS. And the PPS is not a large gun, but when you get it next to the P365, it kind of grows in size a little bit, especially the girth of the slide. We can see width of the gun very similar. In fact, I believe the Walther is a little bit narrower. Length of the gun quite a bit different. Virtually the same length of barrels. The Walther might be just a teeny touch longer in barrel, but in length of the gun you can see quite a bit longer. So 3 more rounds in the P365. So what a wonderful sized gun they've come up with in the P365. So the big deal about the sights, let me see if I can get them to line up here. I don't know if I'll be able to, but there we go. See them a little bit there. There we go. There's how you line them up. They are a fiber optic and tritium sight. So at night you can still see that same sight image. Some people say, well, it's not bright enough. With my eyes are adjusted to the dark, I have no problems with those sights. Other people say, well, I close my eye and I just have trouble lining it up. Well, don't close your left eye if you're a right-handed shooter. Keep both eyes open, and this thing lines right up. It's just like a red dot sight. I find that fantastic. The second thing people talk about is, well, you don't have the one-handed racking ability of the slide. What if you're wounded in one hand? Well, if I'm in at that deep, that's some pretty serious complications to the self-defense scenario. I don't know if that would happen with this firearm realistically, but the port can still be used to rack the slide on the edge of a table. The front of the top of the slide, you can still catch it, and it can still be racked that way if that's a big concern of yours. To me, it's not. The toolless takedown of the original P365, no, not a problem for me. I did have a chance to shoot a 365 of a friend's and was very impressed with the handling of the gun, the 100% reliability of the gun. We are clear. The trigger pull on mine is not quite as good as it was on his. About the same trigger pull, just a hair grittier on that initial take up from about this point on. When you start taking back that striker, just a hair, but I'm sure that'll smooth out a little bit, and we can maybe work it on, polishing it up just a bit. Pretty simple thing to do, really. So there we have the first look right out of the box of the P65 SAS. I think it's a fantastic gun. As long as you know how to use those sights, I think they are going to be a great addition to my concealed carry. If I can get it to line up again, I'm having quite a bit of problem getting it in. There we go. It's doing it backwards. You can see it's an excellent setup, I think. As long as you use with both eyes open, which it works perfectly. We'll get it out and shoot it and test it out. And so far, I'm quite impressed with the firearm itself. One thing I did want to mention, it is true, it just comes with a 365 manual. I've looked through it. There is no addendum or anything to it to how to take the firearm down on the with the tool, having to use a tool. It's just a 365 manual. So odd that they would do that to you, but really other than that, it is the same firearm. There's the two magazines, the extended magazine. There's actually the same magazine, just different base plates on it. It's extended a little bit for your pinky, and then of course the 12 rounder is going to be extended a little further, and the 15 rounder hangs down another good inch or so, but that'll be mainly for field use. So there we have it. Hope you liked this first look and my thoughts on the gun. I think it's a fantastic gun, and I foresee absolutely zero problems with that sight setup or with any of the controls. The only thing I don't care for is the ported barrel, possibly, but I think the trade-off might be worth it, especially using high-powered ammunition that'll cause more muzzle flip. It'll probably eliminate a lot of that muzzle flip for faster follow-up shots with that sight. So there we have it, and hope you enjoyed this video. Stay tuned, we'll get some more coming for you in the future on the shotgun side of it. I do have one more pistol though I'm going to throw up there here soon. It's on its way. So plenty more to come. Thanks for watching.